The project has really achieved what it set out to do, namely to change the lives of some of the people here in Temple Hall. We saw that with the Dads and their garden, which is going to be a huge asset to the community. It's going to affect the lives of the people who live in that immediate area, and it's going to bring positive things to them as individuals. But the second thing is, it's clear that the way in which different organisations, different people have come together to deliver these outcomes has been very important. The trust across organisations has been hugely significant. So I think there's a lot of learning there for us within the health department, but also for the community as a whole, and the next task is to spread that learning. The key thing, I think, is that it started with developing a shared vision across the community of what Temple Hall could turn into, what the problems were in Temple Hall, and the direction that people wanted to take Temple Hall in solving those problems. The second thing is that people have found ways of doing that. It didn't start off with a big strategic plan where every single step was mapped out in advance. People were given permission to explore different options and to fail. They were given permission to try things, be adventurous, and it didn't matter if it didn't work out as well as it should do. Public organisations are very risk averse, frightened of blame and so on, but the successes of this kind of approach, I think, far outweigh the successes of conventional planning approaches, and I think the people involved in this project here should be congratulated for really being thoughtful about what they could do and then just going out and finding ways to do it. I think the first message that I would share with colleagues is the fact that a lot of the things that I've developed here would not necessarily appear in any evaluation of Equally Well in Temple Hall. The trust I've seen between different agencies, the way in which they respect each other, they respect the difficulties under which each organisation works and so on, but there's a common objective in finding ways around those difficulties in order to improve lives for the people of Temple Hall. That's something that doesn't readily appear in any evaluation, but it's very striking here, and I would want to share that with colleagues in the Scottish Government. The second point I think that's quite obvious is the kind of viral nature of all of this. We start off with a project, but the way in which it's spilled over into other areas, I mean, a project that's aimed at alcohol abuse in young people has ended up creating gardens, it's improved the environment in Temple Hall, it's improved opportunities for recreation, buildings have been renovated and so on. The core idea is simple, but the ramifications of it have spread far and wide, and I think that's really encouraging and precisely the kind of effect that we would want to hear, and I would want to emphasise that also.